What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Double A Hef here. So this is going to be like a continuation from the last video that I did. Now, this is Delano Squires, I believe, and he's going to pretty much say what I was just saying.
And I know you guys know this. People always jump to that. It's almost like a Pavlovian response. They hear abortion ban and they jump to what about rape and incest? But even the people who collect this data, particularly like the Guttmacher Institute, which collects data on abortions, and they are pro-abortion. I believe they're a wing of Planned Parenthood, a research arm, and even they say it's less than 2% of abortions are performed because of rape and incest.
So what that tells us is that if less than 2% of abortions are from rape and incest, then 98%, the 98% that are performed as a form of contraceptive. Not even contraceptive, because the contraceptive is to, not even get pregnant. So as a form of, hey, we just don't want the fucking baby. So what that is pretty much saying is that women at large are irresponsible or are being irresponsible. And obviously not all, because not all women are pro-abortion, obviously. So I'm talking about the ones that are. All right.
But people use that as a rhetorical device because they know it inflames people's emotions, and it makes you feel sorry for a woman who is, carrying.
And what he's saying right now is pretty much, look, because this happens to me all the time whenever the topic comes up. Oh, what about rape? And look, that is a very, very small number, man. Period. And again, we don't make rules for the exceptions, okay? We don't. So if someone tries to hit you with the rape card, whatever, look, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. That's just a freaking talking point. It's not substantive. It's not backed up by the numbers, okay? Because if it were, then that would mean that we have a huge rape problem going on, and and I don't mean that to marginalize rape. I'm saying, because I think one woman getting raped is way more than enough. Not even just women. One person getting raped is more than enough. But I mean, again, for that to be the rebut, so many more women would have to be getting raped and inseminated.
Being a child that she didn't necessarily want. But the truth is, the vast majority of abortions are performed based on matters of convenience. And when I say that, I mean it's either the right time, I'm about to start a new job, I'm about to go to school, this person's already married, all those types of issues. And what Megan Rapinoe and these other female athletes, and I don't doubt that there are going to be some men who sign it too.
Those are the Sims I'm talking about. All right, so I'm gonna try to, so I know in this video, because it's a long video, hold on, 26 minutes.
Peacock's the place to stream the Premier League all season long.
These damn commercials, man.
Crisis can happen unexpectedly to anyone, and though it may...
What the hell's going on?
I have no opinion. So, I mean, this is perfectly consistent with the left's behavior on a lot of these issues. And I hope that everyone sees, and particularly sports fans see, exactly what the people that we root for, we see where their ethics line up. And I'm not saying this to say that people should boycott sports, right? You should enjoy them for what they are, they're entertainment. But you shouldn't take your moral cues from people who have no moral foundation. That's what I'm saying.
I want, and this is probably a better question for me than for you, but I'm going to ask you, and then I'll give an opinion. But what percentage? Because I'm right there with you, and in terms of like it's their religion, and I believe what we're seeing from athletes, celebrities, the global corporations, the politicians, the whole thing on the left is based on a satanic view of the world. That man is God, woman is God, We are the highest. We are the most high.
Luciferian. That's what this is, man. I keep saying it. That's all that is. And it's stemming from Marxism.
And so, but what percentage of the athletes know that they're involved in something rooted in Satanism and total objection to religious values, Christian values? How many of them actually know that, and how many of them just have accepted the fact that, oh, as an athlete, if I'm on the right side of history, if I'm going to stand for the right things that are popular over social media, I'm just going to adopt these positions because that's what everybody else is doing, and they're just moving as sheep.
Well, let me address this. Like Delano said, we shouldn't be taking what athletes are saying and running with it. You know, like what the fuck? Just because they can like Jason said, just because they could shoot a basketball, throw a football, doesn't mean that they should be giving you advice or lecturing you on socioeconomical issues. Am I saying that just because they can throw a ball or whatever that they can't? No, I'm not saying that, because obviously there are going to be some athletes that are very well read and actually know what the fuck they're talking about. But just any old athlete, no, a lot of them don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They get a microphone in front of them and they say what Nike tells them that they can say, and that's it. So then the message that's being put forth is the one that's genuine, is coming from Nike. And Nike doesn't know shit about the goddamn quote unquote black community in regards to how the hell they're gonna help, if they wanted to help, or if we wanted their help. So in our communities, our children should be looking up to the parents, all right, and learning from the parents. Our women should be looking up to the man and learning from the man. That's why I say this all the time, brothers. If you got nothing to teach your woman or your children, then you already failed. You've already failed. Okay? 'Cause your woman's going to leave you if you haven't already. Okay? She's probably already fucking around with some other person behind your back. And your child is going to be to the streets. Because they're going to learn something. All right? That's why you got to make sure you're the one teaching them. Because if not, then you already lost. Okay? I can't say that enough. So it needs to be you. And if you're not ready, if you don't know anything and you can't teach anything, then what's that say? That says don't get in that position. Just like I tell women, you don't want to get impregnated, don't have unprotected sex. Or you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, don't have sex in general. Just stay away if you don't want to get pregnant. That way you'll never get fucking pregnant, right? Until you're ready. Same thing with you dudes. If you know that you're not ready, because you don't have anything to fucking teach, then look, don't be in no relationships. Focus on your fucking self. Learn some shit. You know what I'm saying? Learn what's going on in this world. Learn about life. All right? Read some books on history. All right? So that way you can grasp a better understanding of what's going on and what will eventually happen. But you got to start somewhere. And you have to hold yourselves accountable. Because yes, this video and the last video, I'm talking about women and how irresponsible they are. But hey, look, you gotta understand something. Like, that's part of course. So I'm not sitting here waiting on women to freaking have a great revelation and then be the beacon of hope and change. That's not gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. It starts with the men. We have to say, hey, look, man, like, that shit is unacceptable. And obviously I'm speaking to quote unquote black men. Now, obviously, men of other races, y'all can take cues from this as well. If you're having an issue in your communities, I doubt it, because like I said, quote unquote black abortions are 66% of all abortions, and we as a people only make up 13%. So black women roughly 6 to 7% of the population, making up 66% of all the abortions. And actually, speaking of abortion, I took my son to meet my grandmother, which is his great grandmother, and it's his only living great grandparent. I took him to go see her Back where I'm from in Brooklyn. So as I'm driving, because right now I live in Jersey, as I'm driving to Brooklyn, me, my wife, my son. Where was I? I was on the BQE, right over to Verrazano on the BQE, and I wasn't even on it that long. Maybe like exit, I don't know, 28, maybe, I don't know. I wasn't on it that long from the Verrazano, right? And as I'm driving, if you ever been to the city or any city, especially if you're on like an elevated roadway, because the BQE, for those of you who don't know, it's not like a ground level roadway. This one is elevated, therefore it's not like a bridge, because bridges go over things like water or something like that, and it's being suspended in the air. This is like an elevated roadway. Like there's a road underneath it, and we're like probably like 3 stories high on the BQE. So you're at like the roof or the third floor of buildings. So a lot of these buildings have ads on them, and that's pretty common. Anyone that's from a city, y'all should know what I'm talking about. One of these ads was, I wanted to take a picture, but I was driving, and when I saw it, it was just like too late. And I was like, oh shit! I was like, damn, I could have definitely took a picture of that and used it as a reference for a video. I didn't know I would be making this video this soon, but regardless, it was an advertisement for abortions. We're smack dab on the side of a building. Now, anyone that knows anything about marketing and marketing strategies, who is that for? It was in the quote unquote black community, so it's for us. They want you to kill your babies. They're advertising to you to kill your baby. Like, oh, that's an option. Yeah, come on down, kill your baby. Now, I'll tell you what. When I saw that sign, I thought, oh my God, like, I've seen signs like this before. I've seen signs like that before in Newark, and I've seen signs like that before all over the city, in Brooklyn and Queens. But I've never once did it like reach out to me, and I was like, oh my God, like, Jesus Christ, there's a billboard for abortions. You know what I'm saying? Because before, you just look at it, oh, okay, whatever, you don't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? But now I looked at it, I'm like, oh my God, like, that's crazy. Like, and then I started thinking about all the other signs that I've seen. And then I started thinking about how, like, right now I live in the suburb. I live by the beach. I live a couple miles away from the beach. So, it's actually pretty strange. I live in, now, like, where I'm at right now is just very, very, very white. Yeah, it's fucking weird. I remember when I first got here, I was like, ain't no niggas around here? Like at all? Like, not even at the park, not even at the goddamn liquor store. You don't see no niggas. That's what, like, yeah, ain't no niggas here. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going, if you go to a park in the summertime, and ain't no niggas playing ball, or if you go to a liquor store in the summertime and ain't no niggas in it or around it, ain't no niggas where you live at. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's how the fuck I found out. But anyway, you'll never see a sign like that out here. I've never seen it. You'll never see it. That's ultimately what I'm getting to. So those signs, those advertisements to kill your babies, are all in our neighborhoods. Which, again, these are things that most of us already know, but we don't do anything about it. We allow them to remain, and we allow this mass genocide to occur. But you come out to where I live now, you don't see any of that. Any of that. That's the last message that they're trying to put forth. Okay? It's not acceptable in these different communities. So again, we need to make it unacceptable in our community. But the issue is our community is led by women, for the most part. Okay, for the most part, the black community, especially in the inner cities, are led by women. That's how the households are led by women. They are made that way. So that's the issue. When the woman's in charge, she's gonna do what the fuck she wants to do. So she'll see a billboard that says, "Oh, abortion, yada yada." That's what she'll do. She don't gotta ask or console or confer with anybody. She just makes the fucking decision and goes and does it. So, oh man, sorry, my damn, I'm so congested. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up on this part because this is something that this topic is something that you could just obviously just continue on if you really really wanted to. But I believe that I got a lot of my opinions and thoughts out on it. Now, if anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, obviously you can leave it all in the comment section. Then we can have further discussion there, or y'all can have further discussion there for that matter. But like I said, it's pretty straightforward, man. It's pretty straightforward. Overall, abortion is just something that's done for convenience. Okay, and that's not cool. That's not cool, especially when it's happening at such a high clip in the quote unquote black community for such a low demographic. But anyway, I'm out.